got my plan. I say lob it to Ryan Perez in the paint off a couple of screens.
Esquivel to Garcia. Off the deflection. Los Fresnos comes back and wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a three. Bang! Santa Maria!
There's Warner. Here comes a headed jam. Counted for two. The field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off. And it's saved.
What a game. Cortez smacked to the left. That is gone.
Lob for Perez. That's my play. Off the backboard. Count it. And a win. And a win. Ryan Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors, and they go down. And a pleasant good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another broadcast here on the RSLN Network. Joe Bowling and Crystal Shears to my left-hand side. Semifinal game between Harlingen and Los Fresnos. It's a District 32 6A matchup. Crystal, real quick thought on this game.
Well, it's going to be a big show for Harlingen. Can they fight through and take down the juggernaut that is Los Fresnos right now? Like I said, the struggle for Harlingen from what I've seen has been complacency. They tend to kind of slow down. Whether they have a big lead or not, they kind of play to the energy that they feel. They're not the strongest at fighting through, whether they're behind or too much ahead. Their biggest struggle is complacency. Can they do something and finish it out? Los Fresnos, on the other hand, has been doing a great job of showing just a true volleyball team. One unit, one team. Even when they do make a mistake, you don't see a lot of upset faces or anything like that. They're very much, hey, we got the next one, let's keep fighting. They have a juggernaut of an offensive player in Laila Trejo, but the rest of her team is right behind her. Natalie Lozano and Izzy Guerra doing a great job of helping her out in the front line. Isabella Perez doing a great job defending. And of course, our setter, Jalen Brown, putting the ball up and leading her offense very well.
Pre-game show brought to you by the city of South Padre Island and by Texas Southmost College. We'll be right back with more after this.
Rev up your future with Texas Southmost College's Auto Body Repair Program. In just 2 semesters, you'll gain the skills to become an auto body repair specialist. Learn using industry-standard iCar Academy to get you job-ready fast. If you're ready to drive your career forward, TSC's Auto Body Repair Program is the place to start. Classes are filling fast, so visit tsc.edu and apply today.
If you've been in a car crash, call Kenny. We're available to take your call 24/7, and we don't charge a fee unless we win your case. When you're in a car crash, call Kenny. Call 999-1111 now for a free consultation.
We are back here in Brownsville, Texas, as our semifinal matchup between the Harlingen Lady Cardinals and the Los Fresnos Lady Falcons is ready to take center stage. Both teams finish up their warm-ups. They head to the sidelines. All right, Crystal, only one time has someone said, we beat Los Fresnos. I think you got to see that game. Mac High found a way to do it. What'd they do?
I did get to see it. It was Mac High at Pound Fest, but I will say I think the only reason it happened was because Los Fresnos had just finished playing veterans. It was back-to-back. They give all that they had into that game, their entire heart, their entire soul. They came out victorious. It was a big show for the Falcons. And playing that game back-to-back, I just don't think they had anything left in the tank.
So what does Harlingen really have to do? Do they have to come out? I know you said play consistent, but right away, what's going to be an indicator that Harlingen's here to play?
Right off the bat, they have to make sure that they're minimizing Trejo's offensive threat. If they can catch Trejo off guard, and even more so, if they can throw Perez in the back row off, that's going to go ahead and throw everything else off, and that's going to minimize the damage. And they need to make sure that they're using Joseph as much as they possibly can before she rotates to the back row, and making sure that they try to get a lead with her in the front.
So you start out with Joseph on the floor, on the front row, and you try to make that libero move as much as humanly possible.
They have to make sure that Los Fresnos' defense can't get the ball to Brown, who in turn can't get the ball to Trejo, Lozano, or Guerra.
I said it a lot of times yesterday. You saw teams actually using and hitting the ball right at the setter, right out of the gate on the hit, and they were trying to take the setter out of the mix that way.
That's definitely an offensive play as a hitter. You want to try to take the setter out of the game, because in turn, you're taking out the offense. In theory, what a lot of teams are doing now is making sure that their liberos are just as good at setting that out-of-system ball to keep their offense still alive, even when the setter is out.
So Harlingen sets up. We see that Joseph is on the front row. On the other side, it's going to be Trejo on the front row and Izzy Guerra for Los Fresnos and the Lady Falcons. As you see them all converging there, the officials are getting things set for the rotation. What I like most about today is we haven't had a pause for officials to get set and check in and stop a game because somebody looks like they rotated wrong. We had that a couple of times yesterday for up to 5-minute breaks trying to get things set. Lady Cardinals serving first. They're going left to right, and away we go. A trip to the finals is on the line here between these two teams. Los Fresnos sets up the Trejo. Ease that one over. Lady Cardinals spike it over. Los Fresnos punch it over. Trying to feel each other out here in the early part of this game. Ball now to Brown, sets up Trejo. First big swing of the game, and that's in the corner.
That's a good call on the line official. It did look like it fell just in the corner, so point Los Fresnos.
Trejo on the kill.
And if you notice, we have official line judges, no more of the kids for a semifinal match.
Back across, Harlingen hits that in the net. Los Fresnos up 2-0 early. Big swing there by the Lady Cardinals. Dug out by the Los Fresnos Lady Falcons. Ball on the sideline goes out of bounds. And Harlingen will take over on the serve. Joseph serves it up. Lozano on the dig. There's Trejo, put that away. Trejo right there on your screen. One of the big, powerful tools on the floor for either team.
Your next question is going to be, can Reneker block Trejo in the front?
Cardinals send it up high, past the blockers. Good dig back there by Perez. The libero for Los Fresnos, that's in. And another point for the Lady Falcons. And they go up 4-1. The score. Ball outside and a serve. Lady Cardinals. Play it past the blockers. Lozano keeps it in play. Trejo over again. Angles that one, scores the point.
I will say, if you're Harlingen, you know where the ball is going to be set 90% of the time. If you get good at reading Lila's shoulders, you should be able to try to pick up at least half of those hits. You know where the ball's going. Get better at reading it.
5-1 lead for Los Fresnos. Block. Los Fresnos out 6-1 early on.
And that was a block from Yarisa Contreras, a name you don't hear too often, but a great block by her.
Lady Cardinals call a timeout. They got to talk it over. They are trailing 6-1. Semifinals continues after this.
This is the island where adulting takes its own vacation. South Padre is more than an island. It's the island.
Kenny Perez came from a small town in Texas. At Kenny Perez Law, we won't stop fighting until our clients get.
Back here, that was a very quick timeout call. Harlingen just trying to, if nothing else, get Los Fresnos off that serving line. Rally as we pick up action. Trejo, nope, nothing doing. Puts it away again. Well, you call timeout. You try to get them to get a little off pace, and coach is suddenly saying, hey, what about all those missed serves I heard about for Los Fresnos? They're not missing anything right now. All this off of Brown's serves. Another one right on the money. Lady Cardinals get it over. Lozano sets up Trejo. Cardinals play that. Off the net, get a spike. Lozano with the dig. Brown with a pass. Trejo with a kill. Again, score it. Not much you can do about that. When they get that ball to Brown in that position to set, 8-1 the score. Lady Cardinals. Reneker, that's out of bounds. (9-1). If there was any question that Los Fresnos may come into this and not be energetic, that's been answered. Brown misses a serve. Harlingen gets the serve. But because they started Joseph on the front row, she's already rotated off. So we'll see who becomes the power hitter for the Lady Cardinals, if they can set some offense up. Trejo hammers another one down. And of the 10 points scored for Los Fresnos, Trejo has been involved in at least 7 of them. Next serve across. Lady Cardinals send a free ball over. Brown back set this time, and that's a tip over the blockers. You get so concerned with Trejo. Mia Gracia over there says, this is easy.
Harlingen definitely playing on the heels, so not even ready for the tip. They have to get something going.
11-2 the score. Reneker sends it across. Lozano now on the front row. Across the way for the Lady Cardinals. That's off the block, and that carries out of bounds. And so Harlingen earns the serve. There's still another rotation away from Joseph making it to the front row. And the jump serve is across. Lozano keeps it in play. Lady Cardinals set it up, big swing, punched up. Lozano again races over. Brown puts it over. Lady Cardinals send it over to Garcia. Played again. Garcia again a feed, tips it off the block. Scores the point, Garcia.
Right now is where you're really going to see, is Harlingen mentally tough enough to come back from a gap this big?
Next serve for the Lady Cardinals. 11-4 the score. Brown sets up Lozano. That's off Reneker's block. She got a hand on it. Lady Cardinals play it across. Los Fresnos right back to Brown. Center set this time. Lady Cardinals able to play that. Back row, Trejo back there playing defense as well. Set it up off the net, spiked over for the Lady Cardinals. Garcia couldn't get that one down. Trejo from the back row finds a spot in the middle of the defense. That's just almost unfair that she's in on the mix on all those big hits, and then from the back row has the vision to place that right in the middle of the D. Lady Falcons serve it up 12-4. Reneker got it on a kill. Renneker checks out. Joseph checks into the game now on the front row for the Lady Cardinals.
Now where you're really going to see, can Joseph help lead her team back in this game? Because right now they're faltering.
Miss serve.
That doesn't help.
Takes one of her spots away. And now Los Fresnos will serve it up. Entering the game is Lauren Soule. Joseph got it off the block, score the point. Also checking in now for Harlingen is Shelby Villarreal on the front row.
I personally would love to see Joseph take a few more swings on the outside. I think she'd have a beautiful approach. Right now she's in the middle.
13-6. Ball across on the Los Fresnos side, Lozano. Lady Falcons play some defense as well. Brown sets it up from the back row. Trejo got another point. When well over 50% of your points scored has been a result of you making a play, she becomes the central focal point on how do we at least contain Los Fresnos. Quick set for Joseph. Got that off the blocker. Brown made a play, and Lozano saw the wide open back space and put that one in play.
A wonderfully smart play from Lozano, able to see that Harlingen was all stuck in front of the 10-foot line and pushing it right back to the corner. That's the type of game sense that isn't really taught on the practice court. You have to learn it playing.
Lozano serves. 9-point lead, Lady Falcons. Joseph got that one in on the corner. Well, you can clearly see that when she's in the game, if they get the ball to her, that she's a difference maker for Harlingen, Anissa Joseph. Lady Cardinals serving. Off the jump serve by Garcia. Trejo back on the front row. Yep, count another.
I almost gasped out loud. That hit was so fast. What a beautiful approach and finish from Lila Trejo on the outside.
Next serve for the Lady Falcons. That ball's over the net. Look out here. But this time they'll call. That's the first time we've seen that call today. Yaritza Contreras called for over the net.
Basically, you have to allow the setter the opportunity to set the ball. So if they say that the defensive side is even slightly over, they'll give the point back to the offense.
Joseph stays in the game to serve for the Lady Cardinals. And another kill goes down. And Lila Trejo is making a statement here in this one. Game one between these two teams. They'll meet a bunch of times this year. Being district opponents. That hit goes out of bounds. So this is the real statement maker to just sends a message further down the line on the season.
We did talk to some of the Los Fresnos players, and they do want to make a statement after going undefeated and then losing back-to-back last season to Harlingen and Veterans, ending in that three-way tie. They don't want a three-way tie this year.
Well, they had that district wrapped up. Ball goes out of bounds there. Now a 19-8 lead for Los Fresnos. Brownsville Veterans awaits the winner of this for the championship. Another timeout called. Lady Cardinals head to the sideline. Lady Falcons lead 19-8. Back after this.
Give your little one the best start at Brownsville ISD's Pre-K 3 and Pre-K 4 programs. At BISD, 3 and 4-year-olds develop fundamental skills that pave the way to lifelong success. With quality educators, access to the latest technology, and free nutritious meals to fuel the day, our young minds explore and learn in exciting new ways. Enroll your 3 and 4-year-old today at Brownsville ISD, the best choice.
No importa en cuál etapa de tu vida te encuentres, Texas Almost College está aquí para ayudarte a progresar. Ya sea que estés empezando desde cero, cambiando de carrera o adquiriendo nuevas habilidades. TSC tiene programas accesibles diseñados para adaptarse a tus metas. Es hora de dar el siguiente paso. Piensa en grande, piensa claramente, piensa en TSC.
Lady Cardinals still over there in the huddle after the timeout. 19-8 the score. And if most of that talk wasn't about Lila Trejo, I'm not sure what they were talking about. 19-8 the score. Serve over, Lady Cardinals. Give a free ball here to Los Fresnos. Pass to Brown, set it up. Trejo tips it. Good coverage that time. Diving in there, Evelyn Loretta. Ball back on the Los Fresnos side. Trejo again reaches back for a little extra and got that one down. Ava Morrow, the libero, got a hand on it, but just too much momentum. Now with 20-8 Los Fresnos. Harlingen sets it up on the outside and score a point off a hit by Alexia Gonzalez. Gonzalez and Reneker up there on the front line.
They got the kill, but can they come back? That's going to be the bigger question.
Down to 11. It's a long way to go. Trejo tips it over. Harlingen keeps it in play. Lozano from the back row got it over. Reneker with a swing. That is out of bounds.
And again, I can't talk enough about Los Fresnos' communication right then and there. Contreras and Trejo were about to collide, and they were able to talk it out just in time, get the ball up and over. No injury and an effective play.
Harlingen sends it over. Los Fresnos to Brown. Lozano, and they'll say that's a block. Lozano even thought that hit the net. Cardinals attack. Good dig by Trejo on the back row. They'll set her now and sends it down. From defender to attacker. Trejo now becomes server. 22-9 the score. Cardinals set up Gonzalez. She'll get this one to go. And a 22-10 game. Back to serve, Alexia Gonzalez now after that hit. Lozano with a swing. That is out of bounds. Another serve for Alexia Gonzalez. Pass right to Brown. Trejo from the back row. This time a good dig back there for the Lady Cardinals. Morrow back there. Near the net, they'll punch it over instead. Lozano one-hands it. Brown gets it over. Lady Cardinals set it up near side. Reneker blocked and a point Los Fresnos. And that's a case where you see the tallest player on the floor for the Lady Cardinals, but really not being that aggressive coming with those swings.
And a credit to Contreras. That's a name you don't hear too often. She's had 2 blocks in this set so far.
Serve goes out of bounds. And is that the case with Reneker? Maybe she's too worried or concerned about the blockers instead of just attacking.
I will say the past 2 days that I've seen Harlingen, Reneker's been playing on the right side, the opposite. So not too sure. Maybe she's not quite adjusting to the middle just yet.
Joseph returns to the game for the Lady Cardinals. And there's a point scored. Harlingen looks up. They trail by 10. Riel Moreno is the server. Knuckleballs that back. Back set here. That's across. That's in. Well-placed hit by the freshman as Soul gets it down. Soul now rotates back to serve. Lady Cardinals set up Joseph off the net. Sol there to make a diving play. Lozano trying to put it away. Dug by Garcia for Harlingen. A spike by Ariana Garcia. Big hit there for Los Fresnos. Cardinals withstand that. Joseph tips it over. Trejo gets it over. Free ball for Harlingen. Set it up middle. Joseph got it. Put it away. (24-14). Shelby Villarreal checks in the game on the front row for the Harlingen Lady Cardinals. Back to serve, Evelyn Loretta. And in the net it goes. Los Fresnos takes game one. 25-14. It was almost like Harlingen just never really got going. By the time they started to get some sync, it was over. Game two coming up after this.
Permatemp Personnel Services has been servicing local businesses for the past 29 years.
Leave the hiring to us. Let us become your personal hiring guru. We have a network of skilled employees to fit your needs.
Your success is our strategy.
Don't hesitate, call us now.
Turn your passion into a powerful career at Texas Southmost College. Our automotive technology program will train you in everything from maintenance to full vehicle systems repair. Earn a certificate or associate degree and get certified to work as a C maintenance or B-level technician. You'll be guided by seasoned instructors who have decades of real-world automotive experience, helping you get ready to roll into the industry. So take the wheel and apply today at tsc.edu.
This is the island where even the grown-ups forget what day it is. South Padre is more than an island. It's the island.
If you've been in a car crash, call Kenny. We're available to take your call 24/7, and we don't charge a fee unless we win your case. When you're in a car crash, call Kenny. Call 999-1111 now for a free consultation.
At Brownsville ISD, every journey starts with a strong foundation.
Our academic programs inspire curiosity and critical thinking.
In athletics, students unleash their potential while diving into school spirit.
Creativity shines throughout our various fine arts programs.
Our career and technical education provides students with essential skills for the workforce.
With dual enrollment courses, students can earn college credits while still in high school.
Brownsville ISD.
One team,
one dream.
Both teams over on the sidelines. We're between games 1 and 2 of this semifinal. Harlingen Lady Cardinals lost the first one. Los Fresnos Lady Falcons trying to get to the championship game. We'll be right back with more after this.
It means a lot to me. TSC has changed me to make me realize that I can accomplish things. Just don't give up. A long way from where I was to what I am now, and there's no limit to where I'm going.
Back here, game 2, ready to go. The teams break away from the sidelines. And the Los Fresnos Lady Falcons, dare I say, Crystal, they made that look easy.
They really, really did. Honestly, Los Fresnos played clean. Obviously, they were spearheaded by Lila Trejo, an offensive threat in the front and in the back. But the rest of the Falcon team really on point, from Natalie Lozano, Izzy Guerra, Brown, to Perez in the libero jersey. They really are playing like one unit. Even if you try to slow Trejo down, the rest of them are right there to pick it up.
You know, and a lot of sports you look at and you say, feed the player that's hot. And in this case, it's like contribute, but get it to Trejo right now if she's on fire that level, and just keep going to her. Harlingen on the right, Los Fresnos on the left as we start game 2 of this best of 3. Lady Cardinals Get a swing that time off of Ariana Garcia, but it goes out of bounds. And the Lady Falcons, who led from start to finish in game one, jump out to the early lead. Lozano serving. Lady Cardinals from the back row. Perez with a pass, Brown with a set. Guerra at the front row. And they'll call that in the net. Harlingen. Reneker got a little too close, says the official. Next serve by Lozano. Played by the Lady Cardinals to Reneker. Tipped it over the blockers and scored the point.
Or you can tell me after the game.
2-1 the score. Next serve across. Trejo got another kill. Lady Falcons up 3-1. Izzy Guerra back to serve. Ace.
We've talked a little bit about Izzy Guerra, the freshman, before, but like I said, she's really coming into the game. In the preseason scrimmages, a little bit quiet, but every game I've seen her, she's gotten more and more alive, more and more awake. She's really going to be an offensive threat for
Serves
this
it up here. 4-1 ball game. And that is out of bounds, says the official. That was close. 5-1 game. Lady Cardinals. Back set. Lozano with a dig. Brown sets Lozano off the back row. In the net it goes. Now Harlingen this time will rotate in. And Joseph takes her spot on the front row, outside left. So now you've got Joseph on the front row on one side and Trejo on the front row on the other. Trejo slams that one away.
And I may be wrong, but it looks like the Harlingen coach adjusted the lineup to try to match up Joseph with Trejo. See if maybe they can put at least a slower start to Lila.
You got Trejo on the front row. Also, Sol is up there for Los Fresnos. That's what I was showing yesterday in the broadcast. At any given time, they can have two taller players on the front row for Los Fresnos to have to concern yourself with defensively. When you get so wrapped up in playing defense, you forget that you still need to employ offense in some way or another and attack the other team. Lady Falcons so good at offsetting the other team's ability to even think about attacking. 8-2 score. That's off the net. Played. Harlingen gets it over. Lozano, Brown, Trejo, blocked. Lady Cardinals, and right there's your answer. Joseph with the block.
And that's exactly what I was bringing up just a little bit earlier. It looks like they were trying to make that matchup happen. See if maybe Joseph can try to at least maybe contain Trejo and the offensive threat she provides.
Got the block there. Lady Cardinals down 8-3 serving. This is Sol. Over the block of Joseph. They'll quickly set Joseph. And down in the corner, that's in. And that's another factor on these high caliber players. Joseph went from defense to offense in the split second and contributed. 8-4 scare. Perez to Brown. Trejo off the block this time, scores the point.
And she may head to the service line, but Lozano just as much as an offensive threat. She'll be back in the front.
Trejo serves it up. Joseph. Bingo on that one. A quick set and a hammer down. 9-4 before the blockers even got a chance to get in position.
A lot of that having to do with the good pass and the good set. That can't happen. Joseph can't attack without a quicker set.
4-point game. Lady Cardinals trailing. Lozano shows that she's a weapon. They'll set Joseph. This time Trejo there to dig that. Trejo from the back row. That's blocked. They'll play on. Kicked in the air there. They'll still play on. Joseph got the point. Well, that's one of those I wish I had a replay screen.
I will say Harlingen was correct in that it did hit Trejo twice. She was able to pick it up with her foot, but then it did hit her head. A double should have been called.
Either way, Joseph able to end the rally, and the Lady Cardinals do win the point. And it's a 9-6 game. Much closer right now than what it was early on in game one. Lozano reaches back. The dig back there by Gonzalez. Ball in the net, though. Alexia Gonzalez playing good defense. Or is that Gonzalez back there? Or is that Garcia? That was Gonzalez. She'll check out. 10-6 lead. Perez serves. Back set for Joseph. Brown digs that. Lozano at the net over Brown's block. Across the court. And a good spike. Lady Cardinals. Ariana Garcia on the kill.
Garcia had a great hitting game these past 2 days. You haven't really heard too much from her today. Let's see if while Joseph's out of the front, she can go ahead and get something going for the Cardinals.
Joseph serve. Lozano over. Lady Cardinals set it up. Garcia off the blocker. Scores a point. 2-point game. 10-8. Joseph to serve again. Missed the serve. Such a letdown when you're that close. And then nothing to do but just watch as the ball hits the net. Soul back to serve for Los Fresnos. Got a play over there by Marino to keep that alive momentarily. Ball goes down.
A huge block from Izzy Guerra in the middle.
Soul to serve. Ace. In by about a foot off that back line. Deep serve, that's in, another ace. Literally the same spot, same reaction. That'll get a substitute off the Lady Cardinal bench. They brought back in Alexia Gonzalez to patrol that back row. Garcia found the seam and split the defenders in the back row and scored a point.
Soul's a great server, but she does need to work a little bit more on the actual playing defensively.
14-9 the score. Lady Cardinals been playing catch up. And that time, Guerra back on the front row with a kill. Lozano back to serve. Trejo. Money. 15-9 the score. Los Fresnos now 16-9. Timeout, Lady Cardinals. Looked like they were here in the ball game for a while, and suddenly they look up down 7. We'll be right back.
At Tortilleria Ibañez, flavor starts fresh every day. Crispy flautas, homemade tamales, and our signature chicken salad, all made for you. Tortilleria Ibañez, tradition on every plate.
This is the island where adulting takes its own vacation. South Padre is more than an island. It's the island.
Rev up your future with Texas Southmost College's Auto Body Repair Program. In just 2 semesters, you'll gain the skills to become an auto body repair specialist. Learn using industry standard iCar Academy to get you job ready fast. If you're ready to drive your career forward, TSC's Auto Body Repair Program is the place to start. Classes are filling fast, so visit tsc.edu and apply today.
Back here, timeout call. Lady Falcons break out of the huddle. The Lady Cardinals still over there talking it over. Crystal, at one point, it looked like they were right here going back and forth, and now the Lady Cardinals down 7.
A part of it was Garcia coming alive in the front row just a bit to try and help them offensively. But with Joseph on the bench, they really can't get too much going. They're starting to let go.
And now an ace out of the timeout. That's she's such a difference maker for this team. Lozano, whether she's on the front row, playing defense, or serving. She's just a big piece of this that sometimes gets lost in the mix for Los Fresnos. She'll become a hitter here. Gonzalez able to dig that for Harlingen. That's in. Nice, well-placed hit by Ariana Garcia. Like you said, she's brought her A game. She'll now serve.
A little more praise for Lozano. She really does feel like the glue that holds that team together.
Center set here, and that's off the net. Guerra holds her head like, I wanted something better, but she still gets the point. 18-10 the score. Izzy Guerra back to serve. Lady Cardinals set it up. That's off the block. Gonzalez now on the front row. Pushes that over. Zano, little topspin on that. Lady Cardinals attack again. Better swing that time by Alexia Gonzalez. Still covered by the defense of the Lady Falcons. Back corner. Sol covers that well. Lozano, that's in on the back row. And these aren't just lucky hits, Crystal. These are well-placed, a foot off the back line.
No, this team definitely is well trained. They know what they're doing and they're using it to their full capacity.
Guerra now serves. And because Guerra serves, that tells you that Trejo's now back in the mix for the Lady Falcons. 19-11 lead for Los Fresnos. Back set. Trejo puts it away. Lady Falcons won the first one. Already waiting for the winner is Brownsville Veterans. That's an ace. 21-11.
The setter really is the quarterback of volleyball, and Brown doing a great job of spearheading her offense and really keying in on Trejo.
She's back there to serve right now. Has to wait for Lady Chargers to cross the back baseline area. Now she's ready. Serves it up. Good pass for Lady Cardinals. Joseph back in the game. Score a point. Anissa Joseph with the kill. Into serve for Harlingen, Sarahi Garcia. Brown got it to Trejo. That's up near the net. Challenge, still alive. Ball back over. Harlingen scores the point. How? I'm not sure. 8-point ball game. Sarahi Garcia to serve again. Lozano the pass, Brown the set. Trejo hits it. Lady Cardinals somehow get it forward to Joseph. Perez there to play it. Here's Trejo again from the other side, and that's what we would call a facial. She put that right into the right cheek. She looks over some sportsmanship and makes sure the libero's okay for the Harlingen Lady Cardinals. Fortunately, it wasn't one of her bigger swings. But Ava Morrow, alive and well, looked over and both acknowledged, hey, I'm good. 22-14 to score. That's great sportsmanship there. Ball across. Harlingen. Brown sets it off the net. Outside hitter, right side. Yaritza Contreras now in the game. Good dig that time by the Lady Cardinals. All up near the net. One-handed over again. Morrow there to keep it in play. Morrow sets it up. And that's a good kill. Morrow the assist. Garcia another kill. 22-15, Lady Cardinals.
They've passed what they made in the first set. Let's see if they can keep pushing on.
Trying to climb the ladder are the Lady Cardinals. Lozano, that's out of bounds, off the back line. Lady Cardinals cut it to 6. Alexa Gonzalez to serve again. Trejo from the back row. Gonzalez digs it. They'll set up Garcia off the net. Perez there to dig that. Here's Lozano. Put it away. Natalie Lozano, the senior.
And just when you think you've kind of slowed down Trejo, there comes Lozano out of almost nowhere with just as large of a kill.
Isabella Perez to serve. Lady Cardinals. Joseph back in the game. Hits that off the block, but it lands in. And a point awarded to Los Fresnos. Izzy Guerra credited with the block. Lady Falcons one away from staying on the court and playing in a championship game. Lady Cardinals trying to stave that off. That's a point, is off that back row. Trejo got a hand on it, but that's about all she could do. 24-17. Renneker back in the game for the Lady Cardinals. Joseph rotates back to serve. Ball over on the Los Fresnos side. They scramble, but get it over. Brown with a pass. Trejo the set. Lozano with a kill. Harlingen digs that. Now set it. And off the block, score the point. Garcia not giving up.
Joseph is serving now. They'll have to play all the way to 24 without either one of the liberos in the game.
That's 6 perfect points in a row if you're scoring. Perez kept that one alive. Free ball for Harlingen. Got to capitalize here if you're the Lady Cardinals. Garcia doesn't. It goes out of bounds, and that's it. Our championship is set. Los Fresnos with a sweep over Harlingen. 25-18 here in Game 2. Welcome to our post-game show, which is brought to you by the City of South Padre Island and by Texas Southmost College. Well, they did what they needed to do. Los Fresnos made it look easy in Game 1, challenged a bit in Game 2, but nonetheless, Crystal, they get the win.
Well, Harlingen, like I said, just a little bit too complacent from Game 1 and really couldn't get it together. Without Joseph in the front row, they struggle with any kind of offensive power and then just struggling again on communication. Whereas I preached it all day, Los Fresnos really does look like one complete unit. And we have to talk about it. Lila Trejo, number 8, really the biggest threat I've seen so far in this tournament, offensively, defensively, a setter, and a great sport like we just saw. She really is that player for the Falcons and is doing a great job of leading her team and going into this championship game. It's going to be Los Fresnos' Laila Trejo versus veterans Sofia Saiz.
We gave Trejo a player of the game earlier in the week. And in this game, it's hard not to even say it's her automatic. I'll let you say it.
It's definitely an automatic Laila Trejo player of the game.
She accounted for over 70% of the game's points scored on her team's side in game one. And that's not a stretch, my friends. She literally was in that many plays. That sets up our championship game. Hope you enjoyed this semifinal. For Crystal Shears, I'm Joe Bowling, my wife Dahlia, and Bert on the camera.